Welcome back to Great Day Washington. Some of the most beloved television shows gave us some of the most iconic sets, like Central Park from Friends or Tom's Restaurant from Seinfeld. But what would those memorable on-screen sets have looked like in real life? Well, you're going to get those blueprints and plenty of fun facts about the shows you know and love in the new book, Behind the Screens. Illustrated floor plans and scenes from the best TV shows of all time. Neil Fisher is the author, also a director and host of the podcast Triviality. Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations
Thank you
on
so
another
much.
book.
Yeah.
How did this idea come to be?
So it all started with an artist named Iñaki from Spain. He's an ex-designer and interior decorator, and he just draws floor plans of TV houses and movies and things like that. And I was able to join forces with him to provide historical context, behind the scenes, Easter eggs, all that good stuff.
Of course, we're only seeing like 3 walls of a set. So how did he figure out what they all look like?
So he watched hours and hours of TV, and through his experience working as an interior designer, he was able to basically create that fourth wall that we don't see, make it look like real floor plans, and really show people who read the book what it would be like to live in those spaces. And he corrects mistakes that the TV shows made.
Oh, okay, so I found a few as he was watching probably.
Yeah, even with the Brady Bunch, they never had a toilet, so we had to put that in. Yeah.
That's kind of key. All right, here's the book. We're looking at some of the photos. He's an incredible designer.
Yes.
How much fun was it to collaborate and come up with these ideas or these little tidbits that we need to know?
It was great. It was so fun to see all the different sets and to sort of fully realize them as real properties. And looking at sets like Frasier or Friends that are so iconic, it was great just to kind of go paint by numbers, say, oh, this would be a really interesting set. I mean, Frasier, for example, that one, some real estate executives said, oh, it would be a $3 million apartment now, and it cost them $500,000 to dress that set, which is really cool.
Let's take a look at Friends.
Yeah.
All right, we all know the apartment, but this is kind of all of their apartments, right? What do we need to know here?
Yeah, so with Friends, you know, you have Joey and Chandler's apartment across from Monica and Rachel's, and what's really great about this apartment is I think people flock to New York. They want to go see the exterior at 90 Bedford Street, which is in Greenwich Village. But they shot everything in LA, like most TV shows. And my favorite fact I think about it is people do go to New York to take a photo in front of the fountain in Central Park. It's Cherry Hill Fountain, but actually it was just a fountain on the back lot of Warner Brothers. So it's not really the actual fountain, but I think people get excited to take that picture. But yeah, the set is just really iconic and just wonderfully dressed. And my favorite fact about it is the picture frame that's on the doorway. It's a gold picture frame. That was just a mistake. It broke on accident, and the designer said, hey, just put it up there for now, and it stuck, and it's been there forever.
And now it's iconic.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We know that door. We know that picture frame. All right, you talked about Frasier. Frasier is getting rebooted, revived, coming back to Paramount Plus. But you mentioned it cost like $500,000 for that set?
Yeah, it cost $500,000 to dress it. Just a lot of, you know, very expensive things. They had the Coco Chanel couch, which was $15,000. They had Dave Chihuly, artwork, and yeah, his stuff was very expensive. I think one of them was $30,000. They kept sort of locked in a vault. But that one was great, and what's fun about Frasier is coming back. They're going to move it to Boston now. But my favorite fact about Frasier is Kelsey Grammer was the first actor to be nominated for an Emmy for 3 different series for the same character. So he had Cheers, he had Frasier, and then Wings, which a lot of people don't remember is in the universe. Yeah.
I always think about going from Cheers to Frasier, and obviously one of the most successful sitcoms of all time. I always forgot about Wings. Okay, good points there. All right, and then you can't do a book about famous streets, famous places without Sesame Street. So let's take a look at Sesame Street. What do we need to know about that?
Well, Sesame Street as a whole is so influential. You know, back in the early 60s, the birth of the civil rights movement, a lot of kids were watching TV, and all they were seeing were commercials and jingles. And a TV producer and a psychologist said, well, if they can learn these TV jingles, why can't they learn education or their math tables and things like that? So Sesame Street was so influential there, and you know, filmed in New York. They just named a street on 63rd for Sesame Street for the Sesame Workshop. And yeah, just an iconic show, you know, changing the lives of children. I think in 1996 they said 95% of children had watched Sesame Street.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think all of us have a little bit of memory there. But also I saw that like psychologists study the show and people learn English from this show.
Yep, people learn English. Children are still watching it for developmental reasons too, to learn different pieces of education. And what's also fun about Sesame Street is when it started, they experimented with human actors, but the kids just weren't relating to that. And then once they brought the puppets out, that was it.
And then we got Elmo.
Yep.
And now we will always have Elmo.
That's right.
You have another book, Patrick Swayze, that's out, plus the podcast Triviality. You're a busy man, but we appreciate you taking some time with us.
Well, thank you so much. I'll be back anytime.
Congratulations on everything. Neil's book, Behind the Screens, is available now in bookstores or online, so check it out.